Hey guys, Chris Haskins with the realestateroundup.com. We are here with another training. I want to thank my boy, my favorite coaching client, my friend, Charles Barnahill, for working with me today. What's up, Charles?
How you doing today?
Oh man, thank you, brother. Thank you. All right, let's get right into this, guys. First of all, I want to thank you for watching this content that I'm putting out. It's unbelievable, the people that I'm meeting around the world, actually. I got a sale in Italy and then another one from Canada, and it's been very life-changing to be able to talk to you on a daily basis. So here we go. Today, I want to talk about 11 habits of wannabe real estate investors. 11 habits of wannabe real estate investors. What do I mean by that? People that play real estate. People that play real estate or they play business. I don't want you to do that, and obviously, you know, I coach and train real estate investors around the country. And I get a whole lot of questions, and I'm noticing there's a trend of like the same questions come over and over again. And I'm going to share with you the questions that I get and how I'm kind of making a scope of what people are thinking, and I can tell what they're thinking when they go out there looking at houses. Before I do that, I wanted to tell you about a book. I firmly believe in reading. Cut that TV off, by the way. Cut it off. I firmly believe in reading, guys. I'm reading this book. One of my favorite guys in American history is Thomas Edison. And I was reading one of his books about how this guy, not only was he deaf in one ear, he didn't finish high school and blah, 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 the story goes, but he turned out to be a wonderful entrepreneur and innovator. But he had a lot of people around him, and I read this little story in the book about how when he was creating the light bulb, there was a specific species of bamboo he wanted to use that burned slower in the light bulb. So what does this guy do? Hire somebody to fly to Japan to cultivate a company to grow this specific bamboo that he wanted, and it took years for him to do. But I'm just saying, man, that just the power and the audacity of somebody just to say, you know what, I know where this bamboo grows, but we need to just go over there and get as much of this bamboo. And they shipped it back to US, and they shipped it all around the world. But it's unbelievable to the great lengths that entrepreneurs will go through to actually get things done. And I want to say that to impress upon you, what are you doing to get things done? How far are you going out there above and beyond your own city or even your neighborhood? We hire people from all around the world now with virtual assistants. And I'm not preaching the Timothy Ferriss 4-hour work week lifestyle to you yet. We're not quite there yet, but I want you to get there. I'm not all the way there yet either. You need to learn the business before you sub it all out. We have to learn how to do the business, just like when you first learn soccer or basketball, you learn how to shoot the ball, or you do t-ball, you learn how to hit the ball first, and then we work on all that back-end process stuff. But Thomas Edison, he found out this specific thing of bamboo, a specific species of bamboo that burned slower in the incandescent light. And they went over to Japan and they met with some people and they grew all this bamboo. Just amazing. And I want you to just take that story to say, listen, what am I doing that's magical, that's going to actually change the way I do business or to change the way I look at life? Go above and beyond. Try something new. Okay, enough of my philosophy for today. Let's get into the 11 habits of wannabe real estate investors. And I don't want you to be a wannabe real estate investor. The first one is they ask, what do you think about this property? What do I think about this property? I abhor this question. I get it. I get asked this question at least once a day. I'm already looking at 10, 20, 30 houses a day. People say, man, Chris, you always seem to get the good deals. And I'm like, dude, you have no idea. You have no idea of the amount and the volume of houses that I look at in a day. In fact, Charles, we just looked at 5 here today, maybe if not more, within the last hour. So how many houses are they looking at? And they call me or they email me, they'll say, Chris, I got 123 Easy Street. 123 Easy Street, whatever city, any town, you place it in there. 123 blank street, put it in there. They say, what do you think about this property? I'm like, bro, what do you mean? What do I think? I mean, what is your exit strategy? Do you want to wholesale it? Do you want to take it over subject to? Do you want to buy it and fix it up? Do you want to approach it as owner financing? Do you want to do a lease option? Do you want to do a co-wholesale or a flex option? Do you want to do a master lease? I don't know. I do not know. I have no idea what I think about that property until I see the numbers. What do they owe? What is the mortgage payment? How many months are they behind? Do they want to move? Is it occupied? Is the tenant occupied? Does the owner live there? Did someone die? There are so many questions to be asked about a property. The property is secondary to the owner's situation. Let me repeat that. The property is secondary to the owner's situation. So if you call me or you email me and you say, Chris, what do I think about that property? I'm like, don't even, matter of fact, don't do that. Don't do that. If you've got an investor or somebody you're working with, don't ask them what they think about the property until you have some numbers. You need the number. The numbers come first. What did they owe? If they owe $1 million and it's only worth 50, what do I think about it? Nothing I can do with it. Absolutely nothing I can do with it because they're over leveraged. If the foreclosure is tomorrow, then we need to approach it differently as if the foreclosure is 2 weeks away. Okay, so what do I think about the property? I have no idea until we know some more information about what's going on with the seller. Okay, so don't want to be investors. They say, what do you think about this property? They email me. I promise you I get emails, calls, text messages. What do you think about this property, Chris? I'm like, dude, I have no idea. We need to get more numbers. What do they owe? What does the seller want to do? Have you even talked to the seller yet? So, wannabe investors, they ask, what do I think about this property? And before you do that, I don't want you to be a wannabe. I want you to be a real estate investor. What do you think? What do I think about this property? I have no idea. Collect the information. All right, next, number 2. They say, I'm going to get in real estate, but I don't have the money. I just don't have the money. Let me repeat that. They want to get in real estate, but they don't have the money. Now, I want to preface this by saying, Charles, thank you. You do need a little bit of money for marketing if you're going to go down that route and not use a real estate agent. If you want to do marketing, you're going to need some money for postcards, perhaps a website, bandit signs, and the like. But you do not have to have a lot of money to get into real estate. Now, to be a wonder kid and do 5 or 6 deals a month, yes, you're going to need a lot more money for marketing. But to get started in the real estate business, you don't need money to actually buy the property. Now, why am I saying that? Wannabe investors say, I want to get in real estate, but Chris, I just don't have the money. I so wish I had a quarter every time I have heard, Chris, I would get in real estate, but I just don't have the money. If I had a quarter for every time I heard that, I would put it in the bank and I'd have a large bank account. You've probably heard me say that before, dude. I'd probably have tens of thousands of dollars from people that have told me, Chris, I would get in the game, but I just don't have the money. I'm like, dude, stop waiting until you get the money. Go out there and either find it from somewhere else, OPM. We're going to master the art of other people's money, and it's not a hard art form. It's not a hard art form. You just have to know what you're looking for. Matter of fact, today, I took a private lender to one of my projects. He said he wanted to lend me some money. We get there. He walks through the whole project. He says, Chris, I'm not interested. I don't want to do this. I'm like, cool, no problem. No problem. Let's move on to the next one. We're still friends. I'll still see you at the gym. I approach people at the gym all the time. Hey, you have any capital? You want to get working? This is what I do for a living. I show them some pictures in my phone, but I'm always asking people for money. Don't be scared to ask for money. It works it will work, I promise you, but you have to have a plan. The money comes after the plan. Let me repeat that. The money comes after you have the plan put together to get the money. What happens is money is a tail always looking for a deal. Money will follow the deal, guys. So wannabe investors say, you know what, I don't have the money. Don't subscribe to that attitude. Go out there, and matter of fact, we're financing a deal for a guy now. I'm looking for people that know what the hell that they're doing. They know what the hell they're doing. They can go out there, find the house, manage it, do everything. I'm always looking for an opportunity where I can write a check and then a few months, get a bigger check. If you can give that to people, if you can give them that service, Money will follow you around this country. I got an email today from somebody that saw one of my videos. Hey, you need any money for a deal? I'm saying there's money out there for you. Don't worry about it if you don't have it right now. Number 3, wannabe real estate investors, they don't make offers. They don't make offers. The only 100% way to fail in this game here is to not make offers. Ask yourself, how many offers have you made in the last 2 weeks, week? I know for me, I can make easily 5 offers a day. 5 offers a day on houses that I may or may not buy. Do I want them all? No, but I'm looking at all these properties, and the only way I promise for anyone to sell you a house is you have to make an offer to buy it, okay? That's the only way that you're gonna be able to get into business. You have to make offers. Back when I first got started, I was just wholesaling. I was a little scared, so I made 1 offer here and there. But now, we're firing out offers. Matter of fact, I don't even do it. We got somebody to just write them up, fire them out, bam, bam, bam. It's just like lightning. It's done all by email. I say, this is the address that I wanna make the offer on. This is the buyer, how much you wanna offer, earnest money, I'm done. We let the realtor do all the work because that's what they're getting paid to do, okay? So, wannabe real estate investors, they don't make offers. Is that you? Is that you? I hope not. Get out there and make an offer. If it gets rejected, oh my God, if it gets rejected, the worst thing, I think the worst thing that could happen if you made an offer to a seller, the absolute worst thing that happened, they could, I highly doubt it, but they could get so offended that they shoot you. That could happen. But I don't know, have you ever seen it happen, Charles? No. Okay. I have been knocking on doors now for years for foreclosures, and we're going to do a video on that later. I love it because it's the intensity is so high. I love the pressure of the foreclosure, but that may or may not be you. But if you don't make offers, if you're scared to make offers, the worst thing that could happen is the seller gets so mad at you, they shoot you. All right. So 9 times out of 10, that's not going to happen. All right. So the next worst thing is they say no. Only thing they can do is say no. That's it. The worst thing. And then you go back, you lick your wounds, or if you're a seasoned investor, you just say, no, okay, thank you. Thank you for your time. Move on to the next one. All right. So don't be scared to make offers. The last thing I want to tell you real quick about making offers, I remember Mike Collins, an old real estate investor, showed me one time, this is how we look at real estate, a deck of cards, all right? Real estate is nothing but a deck of cards. This is your marketplace. How do we want to approach our real estate business? Just like this. You're looking through the deck, looking through the deck, looking through the deck. We keep looking, bam. That's what we're looking for, guys. The ace. That's it. Look for the ace. But the key, and a lot of people get burned out, is this. Burns them out. Bam. You see how quick that next one came? The next one came right after the first one, right? So that first one may take longer, but then you got that ace right after it. So we're looking through the deck of cards real fast to get to the aces. That's how the real estate business is, okay? Now, number 4. Wannabe real estate investors say blank can't be done. Oh, that can't be done. That can't be done. What can't be done? You can't buy a property with no money, no cash, no credit. It just can't be done. How many times have I heard this? I remember the last house I bought. No money down, didn't qualify for a loan, didn't put the house in our name. Those are the 3 strategies that we used in the last house that I bought. Can you believe that? Or will you believe that? Let me see if you're going to even do it. I remember one of my old mentors said, Chris, I want you to do this. Take this through your hand like that. He was teaching a class. His name was Lewis Westbrook. Hey, Lewis, if you're watching, I went to one of his trainings. He said, I want everybody to go in here like this. And he said, you know what, if you didn't do that, I can tell you're not going to be successful in this business. And I did it. I'm like, you know what, let me change the way I'm thinking, because I want to make sure I'm at no money down, no cash, no credit, never personally signing for debt. We don't do that anymore, right? I didn't even think it could be done. Not personally signing for debt. What do you mean I don't have to go to the bank and sign for a loan to buy a house? Wow, that is powerful. If you believe it, it can be done, but that can't be done. How many people have told me, Matter of fact, my own dad's like, Chris, I don't believe you bought that house without signing for a loan. I just don't believe it. He never asked me how I did it. But, dad has his own beliefs. He has his own beliefs just like I do and you do. So if you believe you can't buy a house without personally signing for the debt or the loan, then you won't. All right. But as long as you believe it can be done, and I'm here to tell you that I am doing it, and I was taught how to do it by a rich guy in Virginia Beach, you can do it too. All right. Habits of a wannabe real estate investor. They say that can't be done. Don't do that. Number 5. Oh my goodness. The fifth habit of a wannabe real estate investor, they get stuck on one deal. Good God Almighty, they get stuck on one deal. I know a friend of mine has been looking at this deal for a month. Chris, what do you think about that? Maybe if we try to do this, the seller would take this, and then we can maybe take over the payments and then do. I'm like, dude, I've looked at 100 houses since the last time you looked at one. Stop worrying about one deal. It's not going to make or break you. And if you're worried about one deal, you're not in the real estate business. If you're worried about one deal going down, if it's going to make or break you, you need to get over it. People worry about one deal. They call me, they say, I got 1, 2, 3 easy street. We calculate it. We say, we come to a decision. We need to do this, this, and this. I tell them what to do, or we come to an agreement with our masterminding of what they should do. A couple days later, they say, Chris, well, the seller wouldn't go for that. Move on. Move on. Wait it out. Don't try to keep going back to the seller. I got a friend. He tries to make sellers happy all the time. He's got a deal now. He's actually going to split the profits with the seller. I'm like, are you crazy? You're doing all the work and going to give half the money to the seller for what? Because he's trying to make deals work. Stop trying to make them work. Stop getting stuck on one deal. Wannabe investors get stuck on one deal. Don't do that. If the deal doesn't work, you tried to make it fit, you made your offer, the seller didn't want to take it, move on to the next thing. Make the best offer that's for you. Because remember our old saying, Larry Goins always said, I buy houses, I don't get sold houses. That's how we live by. I operate and I walk by that mantra. So when I talk to people and I meet with them, they can feel my energy. They can feel that, listen, this guy's serious. He's either going to give me what he can do or he's going to walk away. And they can feel that energy from me. They can tell that I'm not in here to kind of play games or dance around about anybody's feelings, because I've got a family to feed. I've got a mortgage to pay. Luckily, I don't have any car payments, but I have things to do. And if you want to do business with me, this is what I can do for you, and move on. Stop sticking on one house, please. You'll be glad you did. Okay, 6th habit of wannabe real estate investors. They think people want to see them succeed. Thank you for that one, Charles. They think people want to see them succeed. I got news for you. People do not want to see you higher than what they are. Charles said that too. No one wants to see you, especially Americans. We don't want to see you any higher than we are. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm guilty of that too. I have had some haterade in my drinks in the past. Also, I'm human. I'm trying to do better with that because I want to be the big man in charge. But I can tell you, there's always a bigger fish, dude. There's always a bigger fish out there. And people, they want to see somebody fail. They want to see somebody fail. All new coaching clients come to me. They say, you know what, Chris, when I first started videos or when I first met you, I thought you were just a fraud, a phony. I thought you were out here taking people's money. And I'm like, the crazy thing is, I don't even need your money. You pay me a few dollars to join the club or to come for me to train you. That's the money. I take the money, but I don't need that money. I take that money because I want people to be serious when they come talk to me, because I'm already dealing with $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 problems in my career, okay, in several different locations. And I want you to have that problem too. Now, people don't want to see you succeed. Why? We all have this, Eben Pagan calls it a chimp tendency. We all kind of have this chimp tendency to want to not only bring others down or bring them to our level, but we want to see them not rise too much above us. So it's just built into our DNA. So when you meet people, automatically Don't try to impress people. Just do what you can do and move on. All right. Don't try to impress people. My new saying is leave your egos at the door. Leave your egos at the door because I'm going to do the same thing. I'm no bigger or badder than you. There's a good idea. Doesn't matter where it comes from if it's a good idea. Okay. They think people want to succeed. They think people want to see them succeed. And a lot of people think that when they go to the homeowner's house, they think, well, this is me. Why won't you sell me the house? I mean, it's me. I mean, I'm a good guy, right? I'm a good guy. Why don't you sell me the house and let me make a lot of money? The seller doesn't care the fact that you need money. They don't care. Matter of fact, they don't want you to make a bunch of money on their house because they want to make the money. So when you're talking to sellers, you have to, as Charles said, you have to make them think that they are in charge or they're winning. The key to this business, I'm not going to get into the ultimatum theory, but I will get into that later. The ultimatum theory, and I'm paraphrasing, ultimately says we got two people. If one person's getting more, okay, we got person A and person B. If person A is in charge of the money, but person B gets to pick who gets what, and person B picks more than person A will refuse to let person B get the money, okay? So if you're getting too much more than person A, no deal. Because person A, AKA your seller, the person that owns the house, is in charge of how much money you make. So you have to make them feel, the key to this business and the secret is to make the seller feel like they're getting more value than what you're getting. And we'll get into that later. This is not a training about negotiating with sellers, but I'll show you how to do all that, how to make it look or make it feel like somebody's getting more money. Great skill. You got to learn that one, guys. Okay. And that way, when you learn that skill, it won't matter if then they won't think it. Okay. When you learn the ultimatum skill, the ultimatum theory skill of making it appear that they're getting more value, it won't matter if they see you succeed. They won't really mind you succeeding a little bit. Okay. Number 7. Wannabe investors take advice from the wrong people, aka broke people maybe, but the worst critics in the real estate investing world are realtors. Now, don't get me wrong. I love realtors. God bless you guys. I need you to help keep this whole real estate train going by the facade that you need to get a realtor and get a loan, go a loan officer and turn in a loan application and do all that crap. It's cool. I'm not mad at it. I'm not saying it's good or bad. It is what it is. However, if you listen to a realtor, I know dozens of realtors that I've talked to over the past, and they say, Chris, this can't be done. We're going to go back to number 4. You can't do that, or you can't wholesale this house, or that lady will never sell this house for that cheap. I'm like, bro, we're doing it every day. I bought houses at short sale for $100,000 less than what they owe. So I know it can be done. Don't take advice from people that aren't doing the business. I pay big dollars to take people to lunch and interview people all around the country to give me the advice because I know that they're doing this thing. So are you taking advice from broke people or realtors that don't know what the hell they're talking about? Some realtors think you have to have a license in order to buy and sell real estate. We're buying and selling real estate on our own. We're not representing others. And the big dollars come when you buy and sell real estate for yourself, not for other people. Okay, but we still realtors. I'm not mad at them, not putting them down. Great people. I know some great realtors, and I know some great realtors that are investors. It can be done, just not for me. Okay, don't take advice from the wrong people. And I will say free advice is the worst advice you can get, guys. Number 8, I got 3 more and we're done. Not willing to wait. Ron LeGrand, the godfather, the granddaddy of real estate. Always, he told me, I went down there, time and circumstances will change everything with sellers. Time and circumstances. I got a deal now that I'm working on. The owner didn't want to sell, fell down, hit herself in the head, went to a coma. Now that one, God bless her, her circumstances changed, not time. So you never know. Someone could tell you, I don't want to sell my house today. Tomorrow they get hit by a bus, somebody die, somebody gets sick in their family. They need to sell that house right now. And who's right there? You are. You are ready to take that house over, buy it for pennies on the dollar or whatever will make the deal work. Number 8, not willing to wait. When you first make your offer or when you meet with a seller, don't get too anxious if they don't do the deal today. I'm going to say the majority of my houses that I buy have been from people that I've met, if not weeks, if not months down the line. They say, Chris, I loved your presentation. I love the fact that you've got 10 referrals that come with your offer. And I'm going to do another video and showing you how to do referrals the right way. You've got referrals. That means I'm a warm lead. I'm a welcome guest, not a pest. What was it? Dan Kennedy says, be a welcome guest and not a disturbing pest. That's right. You want to turn yourself from a disturbing pest. A disturbing pest is a real estate investor, a wannabe that goes out there, tries to make money. I want to make money, make money. A welcome guest is a real estate investor that the homeowner brings them in and says, come on, let me solve your problem. Let me solve your problem. All right, don't be a disturbing pest. Be a welcome guest. Now, the wannabe real estate investors, they're not willing to wait that time to let the seller season a little bit. Don't be mad at the process. I tell people all the time on a daily basis, everybody thinks that they're getting real estate to make quick money, fast money, big bucks. I'm like, look, bro, if you're looking to come into real estate and make big money, if you need the money now, this isn't the business for you. This is just not the business for you. If you need to get in real estate and make a check today to pay your bills or to pay your rent or your mortgage, this isn't the business for you. Go get a job and then do real estate on the side. But if you can wait a little time to get your deal, I know people that have been waiting 10 years to get their first deal because everybody's timing is different. Everybody's time is different. Okay, number 9. Oh my goodness. Trying to make people sell you their house. I want to quote Napoleon Hill. He has said several times, I've heard him say it, I've read it. You can't get anybody to do anything without the proper motive. You got to give homeowners motive. What is their motive? What is their motivation for selling the property? That's why when we get back to number 1, what do I think about this property? People ask me all the time, why is the homeowner selling? Why are they selling? You got to know. You can get people to sell you their house for pennies on the dollar with the right motivation, right motive. Napoleon Hill, thank you for that one. He said it like, you can get anything to do anybody with the right motivation. I love it. Now, wannabe real estate investors, I get a call constantly from one of my coaching clients. He says, Chris, I'm doing this and this and this. I need my seller. How can I make my seller do A, B, C, D, if? I'm like, Matt, you can't. You can't make people do anything until you plant that seed of motivation. If you listen to my negotiating audio, we like to ask people, what are they going to do with the money? What are you going to do with the money, Ms. Smith? That way, when you find out what they're going to do with the money, then you can kind of get a ballpark of how much profit they want to make. Well, I remember one gentleman told me he wanted to buy him a new RV. So I knew, bam, I had him right then and there. A new RV or a used RV only costs X dollars. So I know if I could get them in that X dollar price range, then we'd have a deal, right? So we need to find out, why are they selling? You're trying to make people do something, you cannot do it. I know, good gracious, Matt calls me all the time. Chris, I got a seller that I'm doing this deal here, but how do I get them to do ABC? How do I get her to sell me the house? How do I get her to do this? Like, Matt, you can't do that. It doesn't work like that. Okay, but still, Matt, you're a great guy though. Matt, you're doing wonderful things. Number 10. How are we looking on time?
Almost there.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna wrap this up. Focusing on, oh my goodness, good God. Wow. Wannabe real estate investors, they focus on opening up an LLC. Good God, I can't stand it. I had a friend move back here from LA. I love him to death. He goes, Chris, I'm doing my LLC. I got my authorized agent in another state. I got my friend is going to be one of the managing members. He lives in this state here, and then I'm going to have a dummy LLC and a corporation, be one of the members. So make sure we got our plan and all together. I'm like, bro, let's focus on getting a check. Your main thing, wannabe real estate investors, focus on getting an LLC put together the right way. Real hardcore real estate investors, they focus on a check. That's all we need to worry about. Let's go get this check. Who are we going to help to get this check? Stop worrying about your LLC and what state it's going to be in, Delaware or Nevada, who's going to be your managing member, and then you got the IRS for the 1099s and all that stuff. Don't worry about that until you have something to put in the LLC. asset planning doesn't mean jack if you don't have nothing to plan. So don't worry about how you're going to set all the systems up. Get to the money, guys, okay? Wannabe real estate investors focus on LLCs. Real estate investors focus on a check. Okay, the last one, I think number 11 is my final one. Charles helped me come up with this one. Being too thirsty with sellers. Being too thirsty. What do I mean by that? I think L.L.C coined that. Did he coin that? Being too thirsty. One of his songs. I don't want it if. Or was that Tupac? I don't want it if you're too thirsty. If you're too thirsty. Well, females in the real estate is so much like the dating game. One of my mentors, Greg Pinio, used to always say, let's get in the boat. You want to get the seller to get in the boat with you so you can row them where they want to go. Remember, if you're in the back of the canoe, you get to use your rudder to steer it. I love it. If the seller's in the front, all they can do is give power to where you're going. But being too thirsty, what do I mean by that? Being too anxious. I'm here to tell you, just like in the dating game with females, like you go hang around girls. I used to hang around my boy. God bless him. Be so thirsty to meet women. I'm like, I didn't even see her, you know. But the women are attracted to men that have confidence in themselves. I remember when I stopped worrying about chicks, it was like my life changed when I stopped worrying about them and looking at them and chasing them. It's almost like I turned into a magnet, and they just stuck to me, you know. And I got a beautiful wife when I stopped worrying about being alone and I worried about focusing on myself. My wife was instantly placed in my life, and she'll tell you the same story. And matter of fact, by the way, I met my life at a real estate investing group, Trig, in Virginia Beach. So join your local RIA. You may be able to meet a spouse there. But being too thirsty. When you go meet with a seller, don't forget, walk in. I buy houses. I don't get sold houses. So no matter what you do, it's not going to change the way I'm going to approach this deal. That's why you should never be scared to ask, Ms. Smith, what do you owe on it? People think talking about money is so taboo, or talking like somebody has a cancer or AIDS or something. It's not bad to talk about this stuff so other people can learn about these things. So when you go talk to a homeowner, I remember years ago, I was scared. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot ask a seller what they owe. I can't ask her. I remember that I did it. Well, miss, how much do you owe? And she didn't want to tell me. You can't ask me that. It's like asking how much does someone make an hour or how much do you make in a year? Who cares? It's just a dollar sign. I mean, America has put this whole kind of cloud around talking about money. You need to break that cloud. Ask people, how much do you owe? How many months are you behind? What are the mortgage payments on this thing every month? And if you take that posture in that position, you'll get the answers. Promise you, it will come out. So don't be too thirsty when you talk to sellers, okay? You're there to buy the house and you can't seem like you want the deal so bad. Sellers can smell it, just like the girls can smell when you're anxious to get a date. They can tell when you're whack. Don't be whack, okay? When you go into a homeowner's house, when you go into the house, the women, they don't like dudes that, well, it's like, I guess, what is it? Pheromones that you can put off. Women can smell it when you're anxious and when you're lonely and you don't have nobody and you whack. So when you walk in there, look, I don't need nobody. I'm the stuff, okay? You need me. Homeowners need me to help them, period. That's how it works. And guess what? Deals are gonna do like this. I promise this stuff, it happened to me. It can happen to you. Change the way you think. Don't be thirsty for that check. 9 out of the 10 coaching clients that call me, or prospects or people that need help, first thing out of their mouth, Chris, I need to make this extra money. I need to make this money. I'm like, look, bro, we get the wrong attitude. First of all, no one can make money. No one. You can only earn it. Only people that can make money is the government. So you need to, the way you think, I need to earn. No one's ever said, Chris, I need to, can you help me earn some money? Because everybody wants a quick, not everybody, not you. Everybody wants a quick check. Be ready to go out there and work hard. All right, so don't be a whack wannabe real estate investor. Don't be thirsty. Don't make the seller think that, oh, I need this. Don't let them know that you need this check so you can pay your bills for this month. Oh my God, I need this check. I need this $5,000. What's going to happen if you don't get the deal? Me, I don't care. I don't care if I get the deal or not. You sell me your house? Okay, nice meeting you. Hey, I'm going to the next one, right? All right, this has been my 11 You think we need to add anything, Charles?
Well, that covered a lot of bases right there.
All right. 11 habits of fake, whack, wannabe real estate investors. Don't be one. All right. Chris Hanskins, Real Estate Roundup. I'll talk to you soon.